Prehistoric was home to a large village long before the arrival of white settlers in the Eskimo homeland. A small man and a small woman with a child were surprised to see them coming down the river on the ice one winter day. The man wore a coat made of a single white fox skin because he was so small. The skins of 2 white hares were used to make the woman's coat, while the child was clothed in 2 muskrat skins. The boy was not more than the length of one's forearm, and the mother and father were approximately 2 centimeters tall. The man, despite being so small, was dragging a much larger sled than the ones used by the villagers, and he was carrying a heavy load of various items on it. He appeared to be quite strong, and when they got to the shore below the village, he was able to easily pull the sled up the steep bank and raise it on the sled frame by taking it by the rear end, a feat that would have required the strength of several of the villagers. When the couple entered one of the homes, they were greeted warmly. This small family stayed in the village for some time, and the man settled in with the other men, seemed at ease, and was friendly. He loved his young son very much, but one day, while he was playing outside the house, a vicious dog bit him so badly that he died. The father was enraged, so he grabbed the dog by the tail and violently hit it against a post until it split in half. In his extraordinary distress, the dad made an attractive, cut grave box for his child and set the kid with his toys in it. After that, he went into his house, where he spent the next 4 days working but never saw anyone. He took his sled at the end of that time, and he and his wife followed their previous route back up the river. The villagers, who had grown to like the couple a lot, were sad to see them go. The villagers had always constructed the body of their sleds from long, parallel strips of wood before this time. However, they adopted that design after observing the dwarf's sled with numerous crosspieces. They had also always left their dead on the tundra to be eaten by dogs and other wild animals before this time, but after seeing the dwarfs bury their son in a grave box with toys surrounding him, they did the same for their own dead and observed 4 days of mourning like the dwarfs, because they liked how gentle he was. Since then, when hunters return home at dusk and look out over the dimmer tundra, they occasionally encounter dwarfs armed with bows and arrows who, if approached, disappear into the ground. They are unharmful people who will never attempt to harm anyone. Since they left the village, no one has spoken to these dwarfs. However, deer hunters frequently observe their tracks close to the mountain's base.